I have 3 questions for you. 1, do you like cruise holidays? 2, do you like getting the best value for money, the best bargains that money can buy? And 3, do you like finding out about what's going on in the wonderful world of cruising? If so, keep watching Planet Cruise Weekly. Now, this week's episode is a royal special. We're saying happy birthday to Queen Elizabeth II, and more about that coming up later. So welcome to the latest episode of Planet Cruise Weekly. It's great to have my good friend and my old Cunard colleague, Mr. Glenn.
Partners in crime, weren't we?
We were partners in crime. We shared some of those wonderful long days riding various queens over the oceans. It was great.
That's another story.
It was. One for another show. But this first deal is incredible, isn't it? Because it's with Cunard. It's on board the Queen Victoria, and it's a Norwegian itinerary. And it's going out, Glenn, on the
22nd of May, this one, which is a great time of year to go to the fjords because obviously it's getting a bit warmer, which is nice. The snow and ice is melting, so the waterfalls are really, really strong there, and some amazing views. I did 3 years up in Norway on various cruise ships, and it is a fantastic itinerary to go and see.
It really, really is beautiful any time of the year. And we've got some great prices, starting with the interiors.
Just $539 for an inside cabin. That's for a 7-night cruise on Cunard. And then if you want to spend a little bit more money, get a bit more light into your cabin, for an extra £90, you can go for one of the ocean views as well. But really, really good value.
Now remember, Cunard is 5-star. I had an amazing 3 years as an entertainment director for them, or cruise director, other lines call it. And my first ship was Queen Victoria, and she is absolutely stunning. I love her. And of course, launched in 2007. Yeah. She's got a great atmosphere on board. And I suppose the thing about Cunard is they have this amazing history, don't they? 175
It is the history. There are
years.
some amazing ships out there. You know, we've got the new ones coming out at the moment with certain different companies. They are amazing. But Cunard have got that history, and when you're on the ships, you do feel proud. You feel like you're stepping back in time. You do feel like the golden age of cruising.
Now, you are sailing to the fjords. You're heading out of Southampton. You've got a day at sea to familiarise yourself with the ship, enjoy the shows, enjoy the great guest lecturers, everything the ship has to offer. And get excited because you're heading to the fjords, and your first day is going to be spent in Bergen. Now this is known as the kind of gateway to the fjords, really. Great chance for you to climb up Mount Floyen for the views, or head around the wonderful Britain's Wharf, or the wooden wharf houses there. Then you're heading from that through to Geiranger. Now this is possibly, Glenn, one of my favourite places in the world.
It's stunning, and the thing with this one is you want to be up on the back deck for the actual sailing when you go into Geiranger Fjord. Now the other thing to do here, you've got Dalsnabba, which is about 1,500 metres high. That's one of the tours that take you for amazing views.
Right on the mountain
And you've also got Eagles Bend Road as well, which is 12 hairpins. I actually ran that 3 times a couple of years ago for charity, and I did the 12 bends. But amazing views, and to see one of the queens sitting in the fjord there is beautiful.
To look down on your
ship,
you're right. So much to do. So Geiranger, probably one of the best places in the whole of the fjords.
And from there you're going to go then on to Olden, which is one of the new destinations in the fjord last few years. But this is the gateway into the Briksdal Glacier. So again, take one of the tours there, go to the glacier. You get a chance to get up close and personal, not too close, but enough to take some great views. And that's a stunning glacier they have there at Briksdal.
Yeah, typical Norwegian village, and plus it's in the centre of what we know as the kind of Norwegian fruit growing regions. So try some local ciders. Okay, then from Ulden, you're then going through to Stavanger, an amazing opportunity there to head out down and see places like the Pulpit Rock, or just to explore the wonderful fishermen's cottages and the wonderful white paintings and the flowers. It's a great relaxed port day, and you can get all your Norwegian, I call it Norwegian tats, but that's probably unfair.
Well, it's all your postcards and your jumpers.
Your jumpers, your little, I took little, for my girls, got them little reindeer, little fluffy reindeer.
By the trolls and stuff like that.
Vikings and stuff, so yeah, you can get all of that. Then you've got a day at sea, again, enjoying everything that Cunard have to offer, that fantastic cuisine. Remember, all your food and entertainment is included in the price. And then you're back to Southampton. So this is an incredible deal. It's going out on the 5-star Queen Victoria. Please do comment. Let us know what you feel, A, about Cunard, B, about Norwegian Fjords. If you've been to any of these places, you've got any photos you want to send us of you in these places, we love to hear from you and get you involved in the show. And just to remind you again, this is going out on the 22nd of May 2016. Prices starting from?
Interior $539, treat yourself to an ocean view at $629, or if you really want to splash out and stand out on one of those balconies, $979 per person.
And remember, you can click here for more information and quote YouTube25. That will give you £25 off this deal. That's £25 off the price you're seeing on the screen now. So that's further savings. And can we ask, actually, if you are ringing up and speaking to any of our sales team, or you're contacting us, and it's a result of having watched this show, just say, oh, by the way, we've enjoyed Planet Cruise Weekly, or we're watching Planet Cruise Weekly, and that's why we're calling. We'd love to get your feedback and know what you think. Right, do not go anywhere, because after this, we are going to have a royal special. So this week's feature is all around the celebrations that are currently happening today for Her Royal Highness Queen Elizabeth II's 90th birthday. She's reached 90. It's an incredible achievement.
An amazing achievement.
And in honour of this, I've got something for you to wear, Glenn, because I want you, in a sense, to be today's monarch on the show. So this I thought was very fitting. It's not, I've got to be honest, it's not quite similar to the one that Queen Elizabeth II actually currently wears.
It's a bit flat, isn't it?
It's a bit limp, mate, but I'm sure it was. There we go.
Story of my life.
Fantastic.
Look at that, look at that. Highlight of a career, look at that. Look, I hope this is going out around the world.
I've always known he was an old queen. There we go. And of course, because of the theming on that, before we actually get into some proper facts rather than just silly banter, this week's competition is all about some Cunard wonderful memorabilia that you can win, including this incredible book, which I've got at home. I absolutely love it. All about the history of the fleet from 1840 right the way through to 2010, which of course is the latest incarnation of Queen Elizabeth. So all you need to do if you want to get involved with that competition, very, very simple. You're just going to send us, please, a photo of yourself doing the royal wave somewhere fun. We don't mind where. Use your imagination. Anywhere you want to do it. Somewhere of you, you can even dress up as a queen if you want to. It's not a problem, but somewhere of you doing the royal wave, and send that through to us. Again, via Twitter, you can send it through to us at Facebook, and just put down Planet Cruise Weekly competition. Now, of course, Her Royal Highness, who is celebrating her 90th birthday, still horse riding, I saw photos of her still horse riding.
She loves it, she does.
She really does. Now, of course, the royal involvement with merchant shipping goes back a long, long way. In fact, the whole idea of ships being launched by important people, by royalty, goes back. Particular royal involvement, there have been many royals that have travelled on ships, but particularly merchant shipping, you can trace it back to 1913, and that's when it was King George V at the time and his Queen Mary actually visited Mauritania, which is one of the old Cunard liners in Liverpool. So that's one of the first official visits tying it all in, and then the first time a monarch launched a ship was 1934, that was Queen Mary. Then we go to 1938, which was the first involvement of Queen Elizabeth II. Now, this was as a princess, of course. She wasn't yet queen. And she actually attended the launch of the first Queen Elizabeth. And then 1953, Royal Yacht Britannia, that's when that got launched. Yeah. Now, have you visited Royal Yacht Britannia?
Yeah, we have. We used to dock up in Leith, and obviously it's docked up there now, so I was quite fortunate to go on there and have a look around. It's fantastic, fantastic vessel to look around. And again, it is like stepping back into your history,
Now, of course, Royal Yacht Britannia finally was retired in 1997, but amazingly, over 1 million nautical miles was covered, and I think over 280 royal visits. Now, 1967, you then get Queen Elizabeth II launching the QE2. This is quite interesting because she was there to launch Queen Elizabeth, but as she announced it, she said, "I now name the ship Queen Elizabeth II." And the Cunard chairman at the time was standing by going, "What? What's going on?" And it caused problems because she wasn't supposed to be called that. She was supposed to be called Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's right.
With two with the Roman numerals. So they had to change it, and that's why QE2 has the letter 2 rather than the Roman numerals 2 behind her as well. So really making her mark on that particular ship that's so well loved. Then 1995, the Queen Elizabeth II launches Oriana, which was the first time she was involved in P&O cruises.
Exactly.
And then 2004, she launches Queen Mary 2. And then, I'll put this in as a funny one, but in 2008, Helen Mirren,
which is the other queen,
Ventura, the other queen, because of course she played the Queen.
Exactly.
And then 2010, Queen Elizabeth II launched, of course, the third and a current Queen Elizabeth. Before 2015, we had Britannia, which
you were down there.
I was there. I was really close. I must admit, it was a real honour to see Her Royal Highness name the Britannia. Was quite incredible. So get in touch. Tell us about your experiences. Maybe you've met the Queen. If you have, please do get in touch and let us know. And if you want more information about various cruises that you could do with any of the cruise lines that have royal connections, or even those that don't. Remember, you've got Cunard and P&O that have been launched by Her Majesty. But you've also got ships like Royal Caribbean. See what I did there? And Princess. That all seem to have their...
You tie it all in, didn't you?
I try to. Badly, but I try to. So click that link. Now, we want to say thank you to people that have commented, that have got in touch. And we also want to say a big thank you to the people that realised our deliberate mistake last week.
1 week I'm not here. 1 week and it all goes wrong.
I'm so shamefaced. Because
you need to do training.
The quote was by Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a difference. There's only about 500 years in between them. I mean, it's an honest. Yeah, I mean, you know, it could have easily happened. You know, really good. Anyway, I want to say congratulations and thanks to those of you that did point it out. The winner of the competition and the person who will be receiving that exclusive prize is the wonderful Mr. Andrew Brown. And then we also want to send smaller prizes to Janine Taylor and Nick Lucas, who also spotted our deliberate mistake. Please send us your details, all three of you. We need to know your details, so Twitter or Facebook. We need your address in order to send the prize to you, if that makes sense. And don't forget this week's competition, which is all about you sending a photo of you doing a royal wave in various locations in order for you to win this book and many other Cunard goodies. Thank you very much. Don't go anywhere, because after this, Glenn is going to be telling us about how you can spend Christmas in the Caribbean.
Can I take my thing off now?
Yeah. Okay, Princess Cruises is where we're going now for our second deal. It's on board Royal Princess, one of their wonderful superliners. It's a 12-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, but amazingly, it's over Christmas, which is just one of the best times to get away, not have to cook your Christmas dinner, not have to worry about all of that.
Let someone else do the work.
Let someone else do it. Go somewhere hot. Yeah. You know, that's what you want. I remember spending Christmas Day in Barbados. It was amazing. So this is on the, when's it going out?
This is going out the 19th of December. Now, I actually went on the Royal Princess. It was based in Southampton, so I managed to go and have a look around. A lot of the Princess ships are very similar inside, you know, they tried to keep it quite standard, but the Royal is one of their newest ships, fantastic inside, great facilities on for all the family, not just for adults and children. Covers everybody, really good restaurant, you've got that Princess touch of class as well. Now,
some good prices for this as well. When you consider this is a 12-night cruise, okay, and it includes the flights that you need and this wonderful opportunity to spend Christmas in the Caribbean, because the interior prices from...
The interior cabin there is just $14.99 per person, or if you want to treat yourself, stand out on your balcony for $18.49 you can treat yourself.
In the Caribbean is an amazing thing to do.
And you're going to use it, that's the thing.
You are going to use it.
You're going to use a balcony.
So great prices, great dates. Remember, although you do have a one-night hotel stay in Miami, we would probably recommend that this is something you could extend. If you've not been over to Miami, we can speak to us. What we
just move the flights a couple of days early, price will be the same, and then obviously you just pay for an extra couple of nights in a hotel. But you're there, you might as well have 2 or 3 days there, chill out, and then join the ship for your cruise.
Okay, then you get to Miami, you have that one-night stay in a hotel, then you go across short journey through to Fort Lauderdale, where you embark the Royal Princess. Your first port of call is Princess Cays, which is their own private island paradise. Great chance for you to all decamp, the whole ship decamps, and they set up bars, you have big barbecues on the beach, they have hammocks, loads of water sports. It's basically like a deserted desert island paradise playground for you for the day. And you get a day at sea before you then hit the first of the American Virgin Islands. It's St. Thomas, home to Maggins Bay. National Geographic say it's one of the greatest bays in the whole of the world, one of the best beaches. From St. Thomas, you're then heading over to Antigua. Now, Glenn, gives me shivers, this place.
Loads to do in Antigua. I've holidayed there myself. I did 7 or 8 years on P&O down in the Caribbean. Great chance. I would really strongly recommend, if you like it, taking out one of the catamarans. You've got maybe the Excellence catamarans, or you've got the ribs, you know, the speedboats, and you can do 360 around the island. You get a chance to see Eric Clapton's centre that he's got there. Oprah Winfrey's got a house. Great beaches.
Okay, then you're going through to St. Lucia.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, I know, how incredible. Don't forget, Santa will find you. He somehow magically knows you're on holiday in the Caribbean. And what can we say? You've got the Petons to explore, you've got the great beaches, and as I said to you, I've spent a few Christmases in the Caribbean. It's one of the best things you can do. Get a photo of you in a Santa hat on the beach, holding a strawberry daiquiri, and send it in to us and make us truly jealous.
Exactly.
We'd love to see your Christmas photos in the Caribbean. Then from St. Lucia, we're going through to Barbados, or Little England as it's known. Great place to go and enjoy, again, amazing beaches, go maybe swimming with the turtles. And then from Barbados through to St. Kitts, an amazing sugarcane island, Glenn.
Yeah, a couple of different things to do. You've got the island of Nevis, which you could take the catamaran over to. I used to go and play golf at Royal St. Kitts with the captain, but that's something a bit different. The other thing that most people tend to do there is the St. Kitts Railway. It runs 3 or 4 times during the day. It's the one thing you need to do there. It's what it's famous for. And again, it takes about 300 or 400 people at a time. So it can take big numbers, but do the railway if you've never been there before, because you can have a really good insight into the island there.
2 days at sea before you then back to Fort Lauderdale, and then you have to fly back to the UK. What an incredible itinerary. It's over Christmas. You don't have to worry about cooking your Christmas dinner. You don't have to worry about, you know, the kind of, sometimes those arguments that happen between families at Christmas, or all the stresses that you get. Let someone else do it. Have an amazing time. Click here for more information about this, and remember to quote YouTube 25, because that will give you £25 extra off this cruise or any of the cruises that you've seen featured on today's show. Wow, I am jealous. I really, really am. Don't forget to comment. Tell us why you love Princess Cruises. Tell us if you've been on board Royal Princess. Tell us if you spent Christmas in the Caribbean. If you've got any photos of you in a hat in the Caribbean, preferably a Santa hat at Christmas time, then brilliant.
Or also, if you've just got some really good pictures of you on some of the cruises that maybe we've provided for you with Planet Cruise, send them in. We love to see them. We'll get them shown on the show. And as I said, it's really good to get that interaction with you guys and let us know what you want, and we can do that for you.
Thank you very much for watching Planet Cruise Weekly, and we shall see you next week.
Cheers, guys.